Man, what's going on, man? It's your boy Supreme, man, back with another episode. Hey, I'm gonna tell you right now, man, what I'm about to talk about is gonna be some of the deepest stuff that you ever heard. You ain't heard nothing like this on YouTube. On YouTube. But first, before I start, man, I'd like to thank all the people that's been supporting me, that's been coming to my channel, that's been hitting the like button, you know what I'm saying, leaving comments, sharing my videos, man. You know what I'm saying? God bless you all. And I thank all the new people that's, coming to my channel right now and really just catching this. And you came at the right time, especially if you were chosen one. God brought you to this channel right now. Cause I'm about to go in, man. And you make sure y'all hit that like, that comment, and that subscribe, man. For real. And man, definitely hit that notification bell so you can get more content from me. Man, today's episode is gonna be called Beware of Witches, because they used the month of December to destroy chosen ones. I'm gonna say it again. Beware of witches, because they used the month of December to destroy chosen ones. Now you know the month of December is a month that Christians use, for the we celebrate the birth of baby Jesus. And the other side, man, the other side is using this month really to ramp up the spiritual attacks at us. And so, by you being a chosen one, man, you got to know these things, because if you don't know these things, man, you blind. Don't nobody go into a fight without knowing their opponent first before you go into the fight. And if you claim to be a chosen one, you better know how to fight, because man, these spiritual wickedness and high places and these principalities and all these different high ranking warlock and witches and entities, man, they all working together to destroy you. But I'm gonna put you up on game. I'm gonna put you up on game about the month of December. So Pete, in the month of December, it's a spiritual portal, a gateway. You know what I'm saying? In the month of December, witches and warlocks, they use it for spiritual harvesting. You know, in December, the darkness, it's the darkness within the occult. You know what I'm saying? It's where they do most of their darkest things. So between the first and the third, they do a thing called Gathering of the Darkness. It's a spiritual census called the Checking of the Shadows. And witches would be summoned spiritually through astral projection while they sleep. Now, you know, astral projection is a thing where when people fall asleep, you know what I'm saying, they can take their spirit out of their body, and their spirit is hooked up to a cord, and their spirit can go anywhere they want to. You know what I'm saying? That's what astral projection is. You know what I'm saying? A lot of witches can do it. A lot of regular people do it. You know what I'm saying? But witches, that's one of the main things they do in the spiritual realm. They astral project so they can meet up in different places. And they were gathered by sacred rivers where where there's portals and doorways. Okay? These sacred rivers where they be at has portals and doorways. You know what I'm saying? And just for instance, you know what I'm saying, in the city of St. Louis, you know what I'm saying, you got the arch, and there's a river right by the arch. And what they call that portal that's under that arch, what they call that arch, the gateway. You see, the gateway to the west. So that's a gateway right there. So I'm not saying that they gather right there, but they gather in places like that, man, where they get ready to do their rituals and everything like that. At the gathering, every clan of witches will review the year's census and the year's census, and in that year's census, they all report on the different families of chosen ones and Christians that has became weak during that year. You know what I'm saying? And these are the things, you know what I'm saying? Like which children have no covering, which marriages is cracking, which pastors stop praying, which households has open doors with anger, bitterness, lust, and fear. So this is what they going over in their meeting. And December exposed spiritual weakness like the December, it exposed spiritual weakness like a light exposing a wound. You know what I'm saying? So this is what they doing, man. They all meeting up and going over the senses of what chosen ones did what, which ones are getting weak, which ones are opening the door with anger, bitterness, lust, and fear. Okay? Most homes marked for December attacks belongs to Christians and unbelievers. Okay? This is what they looking for. They looking for unbelievers and Christians. And the kingdom of darkness hates seeing believers finish the year strong. Okay? So this is why they meeting, because they hate to see believers finish the year strong. So you may have a good year doing good things, you know what I'm saying, helping the homeless, reading your Bible, going to church, you know what I'm saying, just doing all positive things, you know what I'm saying, getting promoted on your job. They job in December is to try to knock all that so you won't have that, you won't go into the next year with that same momentum. Okay? In December is the final opportunity to destabilize Christians before the new year comes. Okay? That's what they trying to do. The other side, they want to destabilize us. They want to destabilize us. They don't want us to have that momentum into the next year. Okay? From the 5th to the 10th begins the opportunity for sacrifice and blood. All right? This what happens on the 5th and the 5th through the 10th. You know, spiritual blood appears in many forms, okay? Accidents, miscarriages, illnesses, violent arguments, animal killings, emotional breakdowns, relationship breakups, sexual sins, anything that produce emotional pain or spiritual leakage that can count as blood, man. This is what they doing, man. And I'm putting you up on game, man, because if you don't know what they doing, man, you blind. You gonna be the one that's getting attacked. You're gonna be the one that's getting attacked because you don't know what type of weapon your enemy coming at you with. But I'm gonna tell you the weapon. And at the end of the video, I'm gonna tell you how to combat their weapons, what they trying to do to us. I'm gonna show you. Matter of fact, put in the comment box below, no weapon formed against us shall prosper. Okay? No weapon. You were chosen one. Emotional pain leaves a scent that witches can detect from far distances. So, you know what I'm saying? When you going through any type of emotional pain, these witches and warlocks, man, they using these entities so they can detect it. You know what I'm saying? Because when you're going through those things, it gives off a scent in the spiritual realm. It gives off a scent in the spiritual realm, and that's how they're able to track you. Okay. Now between the 15th and the 20th is the most dangerous period, known as the night of exchanges. Okay. During this time, witches search for people who are spiritually unguarded, those who stop praying, those who are in lust, those that's bitterness, grief, anger, depression, or those who grew lukewarm. You see what I'm saying? They got different periods of the month where they do different things and they look for different things in people so they can be able to, you know what I'm saying, do their chance or put their curses on you. Okay? They visit in the spirit. That's why many people at this time will have dreams. Okay? So at this time from the 15th through the 20th, man, they're visiting. They visiting all the chosen ones in their dreams. They visiting all the Christians in their dreams. They visiting all the people of God in their dreams, man. And you may think that it's a regular dream, you know what I'm saying? But no, this is a dream that they done conjured up in your mind because at that time you was weak. I'm not saying for the ones that's strong, that's prayed up. I'm talking about for the ones that's been going through things that's got a weakness at this time of year. That's what they looking for. So they'll visit you in your dreams. Okay? Now, now in the dreams, they will come like they will visit you like and come like when you eating food, having sex, you know what I'm saying? Receiving money, walking with a dead relative, attending a gathering. You know what I'm saying? When you're doing these type of things in your dreams, man, it may seem like normal things, but these are the things that they are, the scenes and scenarios that they'll try to make up so they can be able to get you to partake in the ritual. You know what I'm saying? These are normal dreams, but they call them spiritual transactions. Okay? Now stay with me now. Stay with me. They call it spiritual transaction. Anything that you touch, eat, or interact with becomes an exchange in that dream. Okay? You know, if you eat, touch, or interact with a witch in your dream, you are sending they will send your destiny to the water realms and your life will be cursed for that whole next year. So they may come to you in your dream to try to get you to eat something. They might appear as uh your grandma, somebody that you trust, and give you a bowl or something in your dream and you eat it. You know what I'm saying? They may appear uh as a pet or something like that, or just anything that you trust, man. They might get you to make that exchange, man. I'm telling you, they might get you to try to make that exchange, man. Like I say, by eating food, having sex, you have sex with somebody in your dream that you don't know, you be having sex with a straight witch. You know, receiving money, somebody can be giving some money to you in a dream, like, oh, I found this bag of money. You want it? You take it, that's an exchange. You know what I'm saying? Or you can be, you know what I'm saying, walking with a dead relative, somebody that just died or whatever, and you walking and talking with them, and then they ask you to do something, and you know that ain't your relative for real. That's a spirit, that's a witch that's trying to get you to make that exchange around that time of the year, man. Listen to me, man, because this is important. This message is powerful. Powerful, man. This message is powerful. Okay? And then on Christmas Day, on December 25th, it's the day where the witches, you know what I'm saying, like while Christians celebrate, witches move more aggressively. They move more aggressively, you know what I'm saying? On the 25th is the day for massive spiritual manipulation. And their assignment is to replace joy with sorrow, peace with chaos, breakthrough with setback. You know what I'm saying? This is the time for them to steal the blessings because the blessings is spiritually released in December. Okay? The blessings is spiritually released in December, man. Joy attracts blessings and sorrow attracts dark spirits, man. So basically, like, man, look, listen. You ever been like at a, you know what I'm saying, at a Christmas party or event on Christmas, and all of a sudden, you know what I'm saying, you be feeling joy, then you feel sorrow. Or first you be at peace and then the chaos break off in the party, you know what I'm saying? These are entities using these people, man, these witches using these peoples to make you change your mind or what you was doing at that time, man, so they can be able to put the curse or the spell on you, man. Because once your guard drop, now they can be able to get in. You know what I'm saying? You letting them in when you start, you know what I'm saying? You know, first you peaceful and then the chaos break out. You know what I'm saying? It happens all the time. And you wonder why in December, man, people get so antsy during their year. It's not because they didn't spent all their money. It goes deeper than that. A lot of people is losing their mind because these witches and warlocks are manipulating them. Manipulating them. Okay? So, like I say, joy attracts blessings and sorrow attract dark spirits. So as soon as you get into that sorrow mode, now the spirits that's around that was in other people that's lurking around you, now they feel like they got the inner. You know what I'm saying? And if there's any witch that's trying to put a curse or a spell on you, they got you at that time. Between the 28th and the 31st, it's the closing of the year. So this where it really ramps up. This where they just get to doing all the bad stuff. You know what I'm saying? The death increase, the violence grows, drunkenness spreads, sexual sin multiplies, serious accidents occur, and mental breakdowns peak. You may have a loved one that all of a sudden go through a mental breakdown. You know what I'm saying? From the 28th through the 31st. Pay attention around these times because this is when it happens. You know what I'm saying? Violence grows. You're going to see on the news. You're going to see all people. You know what I'm saying? You're going to see shootings and death and all these different things that's going on in the news. You know, the death going to increase. And then the sexual sins multiply. A lot of people going to be, you know what I'm saying, doing sexual things, man. You know what I'm saying? Hurting people in sexual ways, man. And then serious accidents may occur. Serious accidents may occur. So you gotta watch yourself on the roadways too, because they're putting spells on the roadways, and these entities, these dark forces are standing on the highways, and you can be driving and all of a sudden you flip off the road. You know what I'm saying? You may think it's just ice, but nah, it's an entity that just straight flips your car off the road, man. And now they done took your spirit. You know what I'm saying? This is the time where people die and spirits are collected. From the 28th to the 31st, man. Remember this, man. Remember this, man. Remember this. This is your training, chosen one. I'm General Supreme, man. I'm gonna tell you everything that you need, man, to be prepared for this spiritual warfare. Because it's a warfare out here, man. And a lot of people, a lot of pastors, and a lot of people in these churches ain't gonna tell you what I'm telling you. But God brought you to the right place at the right time. He brought you to the right place at the right time. Okay? But you know, the good side about this, man, you know what I'm saying? There's always a way to combat these things. For real. There's always a way to combat these things. So remember, we are never at risk with God watching over us, and the Bible offers comfort through God's sovereign power over all darkness. Scripture reassures believers that no weapon formed against them shall prosper, and that those who dwell in the shelter of the Most High find refuge under his wings. Rather than living in fear of spiritual attack, Christians can walk confidently knowing that greater is he who is in them than any force in the world. So you got Christ. When you were chosen one, man, and you got Christ in you, and you living life right, and you ain't doing stuff, and you ain't living for the world, and you ain't living in sin, man. Can none of these things that these witches and warlocks try to put against you can work at no time, because you got Christ inside you, and he overcame all of that. He overcame all of that, man. For real. So don't worry about uh no witch or no warlock trying to put a spell on you in December, especially if you were chosen one and your light is shining and you doing the right things. You ain't got to worry about. But those ones that are lukewarm, those ones that's trying to dib dab in the world and do different things, you ain't doing nothing but opening yourself up for spiritual attack. But I'm gonna give you some Bible verses that'll help you with those spiritual attacks. So won't nothing happen against you. Okay, I'm gonna read them down. Deuteronomy 18:10-12, Exodus 22:18, 1 Samuel 15:23, Galatians 5:19-21, Leviticus 19:31, 2 Chronicles 33:6, Acts 19:19, Revelations 21:8, Isaiah 8:19, Leviticus 26, Micah 5:12, Acts 13:6-8, 2 Kings 21:6. These are just some verses, man, that'll help you combat and understand what's going on, man, in this spiritual warfare, and keep you safe from this spiritual attack. I know this been a deep video, man, and I know I thank you for being here and going through, but I had to break this down, man. I didn't want to do it, but I had to break this down for the chosen ones. Okay? So make sure you stay prayed up at all times, man. Study your Bible, man. You in a battle. You a soldier in a battle right now, man. And the spiritual warfare out here is at its most high. And it's attacking the chosen ones because the chosen ones is the ones that's fighting against it. For real. You are the generational curse breaker, man. You are the generational curse breaker. God sent you here to break the curses of all these witches and warlocks that they put on your family and bloodline since the beginning of time, man. That's your purpose. That's your purpose. And your purpose is also, man, to know what you fighting against. That's what God sent me here for. To tell you the things and the different things that you gotta look for at different times of the year, so you can know, like, okay, man, this is why this is happening, or this is why this person is acting that way. You'll be ahead of the game, man. So keep coming to my channel, man. Keep subscribing. Make sure you hit the like button. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you leave a comment down there about what I'm talking about. You have any questions, I'm here to answer them. You know, because we gotta band together. We gotta band together. You see, your hand has a finger and a thumb, and they all do different things. But when they band together, they become a fist. We gonna pound on the devil. You know what I'm saying? We gonna knock the devil out because he ain't gonna. It's a generation of chosen ones that's being raised up that has knowledge and understanding. What Jesus say in the Bible, he say, "My people suffer for lack of knowledge, man." That's why most of his people are suffering, because they don't have the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of what's coming against them. But now you do. I thank you for coming. Until next time, I'll holler at you later.